everybody, and welcome to another edition of Work Your Career Wednesday. I'm Bradley Clark, and I'm so glad you joined us for Ray Delgado's Chochito Alonzo's interview, part 2. But first, got to talk about my wonderful, wonderful sponsor. Oh my gosh, if you want your video to look amazing, just amazing cinematography, and all the bells and whistles, you got to get a hold of Steven Saldana. His number and web address is right on the screen. Go to www.whitehuskyfilms.com or shoot him a text. I know he's going to be thrilled to hear from you, and he will deliver some amazing video for your music video, podcast, commercial, you name it, he can do it. White Husky Films, shoot him a text. He's going to be over the moon to hear from you. But here we go. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This interview has been so amazing. I've gotten so much from it. I'm so glad all of you have as well. So sit back and relax and enjoy Work Your Career Wednesday's interview with Ray Delgado, a.k.a. Chochito Alonzo, part 2. What advice would you give to someone starting over?
Well, you have to find yourself something that make you get up every morning and follow it. I found love and communications. Why? Why? In my case, because everybody's different. In my case, I got anxiety and stress in my life, right?
Yeah.
So this Chochito character screaming at the camera, all this energy that I do after the show, I feel great. That is what I feel great about. So if you have anxiety, if you have stress, you can do some a podcast and put some energy on it. And it's like a dog. You know, the dogs, if you go for a run, they burn that energy. They will feel much better later at the house. So the people is the same. If you sit around too much thinking, all this give you stress. But if you release all that energy, will help you. Okay, and that's everybody's different. So you have to find something that make you happy, and it makes me happy. It makes me happy. Inform the people, make them laugh. You know, I do it every day with love. I got great sponsors now. That's what I keep doing it. You have to find your sponsors, you know?
I do know. Finding that out right now. I really do.
Always somebody there that will willing to help you somehow.
Yeah.
You need to know how to find your sponsors.
How do you do that?
How I do it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, no, it's different sponsors. You know, you got to find a rhythm to it. If it depends what you're talking about. For example, I got some great restaurants. I got sports equipment. I got non-profit organizations and do scholarships, stuff like that.
You know, that's I want to get into that. You know, because you know when it would come down to again, we're the people watching this either have a job, don't have a job, or managing people in some way, shape, or form, or managing a business. You've looked for a job, you built a house to kick the door open, which is brilliant. You manage people, and your people manage people, right? It seems to me like really everything is geared toward recruiting. Everyone needs to know how great you're doing so that you can fill the spot when that spot is empty.
Well, it's different ways of recruiting. I almost failed in the first year of this business. Almost failed because I put the whole team together. I put 15, 20 people on the same group chat. And after a year, people start arguing on that group chat.
Right.
And that group chat, people start leaving group chats for arguments and stuff. Not have nothing to do with the company, Had nothing to do with the content or nothing. It's just some sort of or political or religion stuff. Start
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
end up fighting, they end up leaving. I almost failed. So what I did, the way I recruit, the way I build my teams, that they are untouchable, is that you create your company, but you have 5 different teams. And if this team imploded, okay, everybody goes to hell. But you got everybody separated. Then you always get something bad. You guys ready? Let's go to work. Are you guys ready? Let's go to work. Okay? Because if you put everybody in the same, if you put all the eggs on the same basket,
That won't work.
no, no. I got 5 groups. I got people from Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Dominican. I got people from the East Coast, West Coast.
Wow. Well, okay. So with that, let me ask you this. That's great advice. Like, don't put everybody on the same group chat. I won't mention their name, but I worked with a company that did that one time. There was, I mean, it was epic how it imploded. It was awesome. It wasn't awesome you know what I mean? Like, it was entertaining to watch, but I hated watching. It was like a train wreck. I didn't want to watch it, but I did. So, management style. How do you manage people? Like, what is the thing that you do besides putting everybody on a group chat and then that not working? What's your management style like, and who did you model it after?
Look, the intentions is very important. The mistakes, always people will make mistakes. Those mistakes are made with bad intentions or they actually oops. You gotta evaluate the mistakes of people make because everybody will work good. Like, for example, if somebody do 50 shows because they got their sponsors and they want to make money to do 50 shows, but they try to do something and take some of my group away and start their own thing away. So that you have to understand that. Okay. Have these people like they saw the potential of what I was doing. Somebody tried to take my team apart, take some of my talents away, start the same shows with the same name, someone else,
Yeah.
it's hard. How do you manage that? It is what it is. Look, you put a platform
Yeah.
there. And then you have things together. If they leave, like I say, remember I said I had different groups. This group left. Good, you guys left. Okay, go ahead, do your thing. But I can go with myself because people will always in this business of communications and the business of sports and the business of politics. There is always stabbing in the back. Always.
Wow. Wow.
You gotta just stay your stab, and because you got something big, you gotta move on with your step.
And then be surprised when you stop. How did that happen?
For example, because I'm on this level now, I got stabbed, I move on. Okay, for example, I told you a little bit ago that I was a coach in the national team.
That's
but
right.
I got stabbed. I was nobody. That's when I started my rampage and become who I was.
Yeah.
I become who I am now.
Yeah.
You see, always the people that stab you in the back that goes away, they're really dangerous.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so I've talked to managers where they've been stabbed so many times they just don't care anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean for people.
Eventually, you just like, yeah, that's another step. But I'm blessed with the people I have around me right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
To work for me right now
what's what I'm talking about.
Really hard, man.
I love that. So what's what I'm talking about? Sort of like I've talked to people and I've seen managers, I've talked to managers that it's really evident that they just they don't care. They don't care. And someone can come up to them with a story and whatever, they can act sympathetic, but at the end of the day, they don't care. Is that hard to avoid?
like that sort of callousness after you've been stabbed so many times?
No, because eventually I care about things, but it's some
Yeah.
things that I don't care, and I probably the things that I care now in 3 weeks I'm tired and I don't care anymore. Okay.
So how dangerous is it for a manager? And we're talking about managers, right? Managers, line managers, hiring manager, you know what I mean? Like up to VP level. And at the end of the day, this is the follow-up to this question. Uh how do you guard against that callousness of that sort of the hardened heart? And then the follow-up to that would be sort of at, when you start getting higher, um higher in management, how do you use those experiences to, I don't know, manage your teams in the best way possible and still have a heart for the individual? Does that make sense?
Well, the way I work is that every morning I say good morning to my team. I give my team a good environment for
Mm,
them to feel comfortable while they're doing.
love that.
Whatever they decide to do, if they having a problem in their life, it's their problem. Don't bring that problem inside my working space. We're providing a peaceful, happiness working area, and
Yeah.
you can use it for your relaxation. If somebody's having a bad day, we usually tell them to take the day off, or they actually take the day off. They don't talk for the day, and they just don't work. You know,
Yeah.
you cannot stress. You cannot stress. Um, the bigger the group, the harder it is to manage.
Mm,
So at this point, with 41 colleagues and employees or whatever you can call it, uh, I don't worry about it. Like I say, I wake up, I give them a good environment for them to for the workspace, and hopefully they do a good job like they doing every day, every day. You know,
yeah.
you you as a boss cannot worry about after you done everything you can do for to make them happy. You just keep it there. That's it. Whatever happened, and then you deal with whatever problem or people leaving. Just deal with it.
What advice would you give to managers on up to VPs? What would your advice be to them? I mean, you have 41 employees or
Mhm.
colleagues. I really like, they're colleagues. They're, you know, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. 41 employees. So I'm sure that breaks down in different ways where some are managing others. Is
Yeah.
that the way it goes? Or are you guys pretty flat?
No, we have the producer team. We have the guys that do content creations, the graphic artists, and everything is one. Like it's
Got it.
one producer here, one producer there, one producer here, one graphic artist here, and then in case that I lose a producer, I got other producer here. For in case I lose this, I got. I don't know if you understand.
Well, okay. So, what advice would you give to these managers on up to VPs of let me rephrase it.
Okay, no. I got it. I got it clear.
Tell me.
I lower my salary. I don't get paid that much. What I do, I give my employees most of the money of the sponsorship of what we do, and they work so happy. They want to come to work. They want to do it.
So you're telling me,
Salary that I want the bigger percentage. I'm signing the contracts. I'm finding the sponsors. I'm getting the bigger cut. If
yeah,
I have the mentality, people don't work for me.
come on. Okay, so this is the thing. What would you give? Okay, when you were an employee, right? Before you were a CEO, what advice would you have liked to have been given in order to understand your manager better, to understand your 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 leader better? Now that you are a leader, looking
Everything.
back on your life, like what would you like to have tell yourself about being an employee and now you're a CEO?
Well, it's about the patient. Everything is a process.
Yeah.
Nothing happens from the next day to the other. Maybe if you hit the lottery, you know, but everything that that is big and your dream, it
Yeah.
takes a process. You know, you have to be patient for these things. I created this network and I have a lot of followers, but it took me 4 years. It's pretty fast to get to that many, but it's not that I have 800,000 on one platform. I have
Amazing.
200 here, 90 here, 100. These were it's different platforms that in total is 800. But man, it's hard working. It's hard working and passion.
So what you're saying, I just love what you're saying. The way you work is more or less a servant leader sort of approach. It sounds to me like. Would you
Well,
say that's true? I mean, you're serving your employees in a way that some people don't, right?
well, for there's a lot of people trying to make it on this business. It's trying to people
Yeah.
that become something.
What's
Make it
cutthroat? I mean,
become something is another thing.
yeah,
You know, and trying this business is another. You know, it's different things.
right.
Um, giving the opportunity of somebody to make money in this business, even if it's a rookie, just and make them feel very good.
Mhm.
So, for example, when you go to a company and you bring sponsors, they will tell you, "Hey, whatever sponsor you bring, you take 15, 20% of whatever sponsor you bring." That's all these companies
Yeah.
all over the nation in Puerto Rico. What I do, I give you 75%, 80% of everything you bring, and you only give us 20%. I'm completely switched. So
Wow.
everybody works for us.
They feel like they have ownership in something.
And
That's
more stocks. That's
yeah.
pretty much. They bring a whole year contract with sponsorships. They
That's
got a
amazing.
whole year stock in my company of 80% of whatever that brings.
Do you think that what you're doing is making people feel um less of an employee and more like they're working towards something bigger than themselves? Because I will tell you right now, the biggest problem that I've seen in sort of the job market today is we're kind of like in a meme mentality. Know your worth. You can. It's not encouragement. It's more. It's like delusion. You know what I mean?
Okay,
In a lot of ways, and so it boggles my mind really.
it doesn't. For that to happen, the employees cannot feel you're the boss. You
Right.
gotta you gotta feel you're just another person that is getting lunch and going to work. Okay, none of the people that work with me or for me, when I'm around, they feel that I'm the boss, that I'm gonna say this
Yeah.
and I have to do this. No, this is a team. Everybody has something to say equally.
Yeah.
Okay, and some of the guys call me, hey boss. You know, but even if they say that, they don't feel like they're employees. That's different, okay? Because they're completely different. One thing is you feel he's the boss,
Yeah.
but you don't feel like an employee. You know, that is what I create. I don't make them
Yeah.
feel like I know how.
Well, where what the other thing I was trying to get at is we are in a situation where people aren't working toward anything bigger than themselves. It's what is it for me? How can I get it from me? I'm trading my skill set for money. I'm trading my time. I'm allowing you to buy my time for however much we agree on. And that's it. And if I get something bigger and better, have fun. Thanks for shopping. And
That happens.
well, right. And it's happening more and more and more as this sort of servant leadership mentality is downplayed. What's funny to
Well,
me, what's funny to
it's
me, real quick, let me, what's really funny to me is that every person that I've talked to about coming on to this show or that I've interviewed or that are just friends, you know what approach is working for them and they're thriving is the servant leadership approach. And it usually comes from people that have gone through the trenches, have had so many knives in their back, in their front, in their neck, in their everywhere you possibly could get them. And they came out the other side and they want to give back something that
there's
they
two,
didn't get.
it's two different leaders. There's two different leaderships.
Yeah.
Is the leadership of this guy that wants to feel important, that he's the leader, and he makes sure that everybody knows he's the leader.
Yeah.
And there is the very good leader, the leader that I like, the leader that helps others. Then if you delay, it will help you catch up.
Yeah.
Is the leader, for example, in the military, is the leader that when you're running that mile, is the guy that is in the front. Oh, come on, guys, pushing everybody, do it, do it, do it, do it. But it's the only type of leader that when he see the guy that is tired and he's dragging, he help him up and he drags together to the finish line. That's the leadership I'm looking for.
I love that. Gosh, I love that. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. So honestly, we've talked to so many people from so many different industries, and it really everything boils down to a job. It doesn't matter how glamorous it is or what stage it's on. Everything's a job. You know, how important is it for you to impart this style and to future leaders and to current leaders? Like what how important is that to you? Like sort of like almost legacy building is what I'm asking.
What can I say? What can I say? There's so much meat in this second part. I'm so glad and so thrilled that you guys stuck around. Now get ready for part three. Part three. I know I put up two, but I meant three. Get ready for part three next week. It's gonna be amazing. It is so, there's so much in it. There's so much in it. And I'm so excited for you to watch it. So please come on back next week. But until then, remember this, that I love you. God bless you. Let his face shine upon you and give you great peace. Be excellent to yourself and each other. And get ready for part three next week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Hey, if you like Work Your Career Wednesday and want to be notified every single time we have a new episode, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Smash it. Get a hammer and get it. And
Yeah, that's fine.
too much?
No, that's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I love it. People want.
Do you hear Steven in the background? I was just making sure I'm going to be okay. But get that notification going. And hey, we will be letting you know, or I guess YouTube will be letting you know, when the next Work Your Career Wednesday is on. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Man, ding it, ring it, sling it, and bing it. All right? And we will see you soon. Work Your Career Wednesday. Oh, great. I'm glad you stopped by. Be sure to get that subscription bell, and I'll see you there.